vaccines will roll out in neighborhoods with high rates of COVID transmission. With the support of health partners, it's the people who live here who are managing the concerns around them. In Flemingdon Park, a transit bus, transformed into a mobile COVID testing site, parks in front of buildings where COVID rates are high. And there's already talk of using buses as mobile vaccine sites. The convenience is a huge draw. And from testing to vaccines, the approach is the same. Meet people where they are. Shabnam and her daughter Hafsa Fatmi live in this nearby building. At least once a week, they share flyers with the latest news on COVID resources in the area. Flyers about vaccines are coming soon. The message and the messengers are all close to home. Building trust, it comes one creative step at a time. Hafsa is also working with a college student to develop a podcast featuring nearby community leaders like Ahmed Hussein.
What we are really doing is community outreach.
Ahmed runs the neighborhood organization in Thorncliffe Park. Today, they're interviewing him at the center's future space.
Do you think there's going to be any challenges when it comes to advocating for the vaccine?
This is huge. It has never been done. There will be challenges, but we are prepared to address those challenges with our...
The community has hosted several virtual town halls. The podcast is one other source of information, tailored to the diversity of residents here.
A lot of people had a concern of it being halal or not, so they were like, what's the ingredient list, like what's exactly going inside my body? So we're just hoping that this podcast would help people and like educate people and like actually want them to actually get the vaccine because so many people are unsure of it.
Ahmed is hoping this space is a strategic one too. He's been advocating to use it as a mass vaccination site and just got word it will open as one later this month. The hope is residents can walk over and be the first in line.
How do you think this space will help with the vaccine hesitancy?
It's in our backyard, so we don't have to travel to go to get our shots. Just come down from their building in 200, 300 meters, they are here. When they go back to their buildings and they are okay, nothing happened to them, they're safe and sound, I think that will give incentive people who are worried about health impact of the vaccine.
So questions about specific vaccine, what is it?
The show rather than tell approach is already in the works. Tabassum Mohammadi is a community ambassador. On this day, she's facilitating a call between a public health expert and residents who have questions about vaccines.
Okay, Jamal, do you have a question you wanted to ask?
So I have a question about if someone already has COVID.
Tabassum hasn't gotten her shot yet, but several other outreach workers like her already have.
They will play as a role model for the rest of the community. So the people who are hesitant will definitely feel more safe when they see other people getting vaccinated.
Great question, Jamal. Thank you so much. So
the growing awareness seems to be helping.
I've noticed the questions are much more detailed, like what choice do I have for a vaccine? Will I get COVID in between doses? So there seems to be a softening.
There is, yes, there is. Because initially when the vaccine came up, people got scared watching the social media, and once they are hearing more about vaccine, they want to come back to their normal life. Thanks for joining.
This is all about looking forward. Back in